Jeremias, chapter 52. Sedecias was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And the name of his mother was Amital, the daughter of Jeremiah of Lobna.
And he did that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that Joachim had done. For the wrath of the Lord was against Jerusalem and against Judah, till he cast them out from his presence. And Sedecias revolted from the king of Babylon.
And it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon came, he and all his army, against Jerusalem, and they besieged it, and built forts against it round about.
And the city was besieged until the 11th year of King Sedecias.
And in the 4th month, the 9th day of the month, a famine overpowered the city, and there was no food for the people of the land. And the city was broken up, and the men of war fled, and went out of the city in the night by the way of the gate that is between the two walls, and leadeth to the king's garden, the Chaldeans besieging the city round about. And they went by the way that leadeth to the wilderness.
But the army of the Chaldeans pursued after the king, and they overtook Sedecias in the desert which is near Jericho, and all his companions were scattered from him.
And when they had taken the king, they carried him to the king of Babylon, to Riblah, which is in the land of Emath, and he gave judgment upon him.
And the king of Babylon slew the sons of Sedecias before his eyes, and he slew all the princes of Judah in Riblatha. And he put out the eyes of Sedecias, and bound him with fetters. And the king of Babylon brought him into Babylon, and he put him in prison till the day of his death.
And in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, the same as the 19th year of Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, came Nebuzaradan, the general of the army, who stood before the king of Babylon in Jerusalem. And he burnt the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great house he burnt with fire.
And all the army of the Chaldeans that were with the general broke down all the wall of Jerusalem round about. But Nebuzaradan the general carried away captives some of the poor people, and of the rest of the common sort who remained in the city, and of the fugitives that were fled over to the king of Babylon, and the rest of the multitude.
But of the poor of the land, Nebuzaradan the general left some for vine-dressers and for husbandmen.
The Chaldeans also broke in pieces the brazen pillars that were in the house of the Lord, and the bases, and the sea of brass that was in the house of the Lord, and they carried all the brass of them to Babylon. And they took the cauldrons, and the flesh hooks, and the psalteries, and the bowls, and the little mortars, and all the brazen vessels that had been used in the ministry. And
the general took away the pitchers, and the censers, and the pots, and the basins, and the candlesticks, and the mortars, and the cups, as many as were of gold, in gold, and as many as were of silver, in silver. And the 2 pillars, and 1 sea, and 12 oxen of brass that were under the bases, which King Solomon had made in the house of the Lord, there was no weight of the brass of all these vessels. And concerning the pillars, 1 pillar was 18 cubits high, and a cord of 12 cubits compassed it about. But the thickness thereof was 4 fingers, and it was hollow within.
And chapiters of brass were upon both. And the height of 1 chapiter was 5 cubits, and network and pomegranates were upon the chapiters round about, all of brass. The same of the 2nd pillar and the pomegranates. And there were 96 pomegranates hanging down, and the pomegranates being 100 in all were compassed with network.
And the general took Sarias the chief priest, and Sophonias the 2nd priest, and the 3 keepers of the entry. He also took out of the city 1 eunuch that was chief over the men of war, and 7 men of them that were near the king's person, that were found in the city, and a scribe, an officer of the army, who exercised the young soldiers, and 60 men of the people of the land that were found in the midst of the city. And Nebuzaradan the general took them, and brought them to the king of Babylon, to Riblah. And the king of Babylon struck them, and put them to death in Riblatha in the land of Emath. And Judah was carried away captive out of his land.
This is the people whom Nebuchadnezzar carried away captive. In the 7th year, 3,023 Jews.
In the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar, 832 souls from Jerusalem.
In the 23rd year of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuzaradan the general carried away of the Jews 745 souls. So all the souls were 4,600.
And it came to pass in the 37th year of the captivity of Jehoiakim king of Judah, in the 12th month, the 25th day of the month, that evil Merodach king of Babylon, in the 1st year of his reign, lifted up the head of Jehoiakim king of Judah, and brought him forth out of prison.
And he spoke kindly to him, and he set his throne above the thrones of the kings that were with him in Babylon.
And he changed his prison garments, and he ate bread before him always, all the days of his life.
And for his diet, a continual provision was allowed him by the king of Babylon, every day a portion, until the day of his death, all the days of his life.
From PrayLamp, peace be with you.